Right, so we've got the trailer all coupled up now. So we got the mower off last night. 390T on the trailer, so that's all sorted. So we're going to cart some bales now. Right, so we're just at the field now. James is over there with a baler in the distance. And it looks a lot of bales. I'll have to count up when I get there and how many there is. Right, so we're loading up now. So we've made it to the field. So, I hope you've watched the previous video, which was the mowing of this field. But yeah, we're now baling it. So it's 15 acres. I'm gonna guess 80 bales. I guess 80. I'll put it out there. I'm gonna guess 80 bales. Good number off this field. That'll be about 5 bales per acre. Good solid bales so far. Problem is though, they look very wet. They look very wet, very heavy. I think we better back it on that, rather than right on the road. But yeah, we'll see how we go on. I think I might have to be a bit picky on how I pick these bales up. So I'm thinking, I've just picked 2 bales up nearest the gateway. I don't think that would be a good idea to load up. I think we're better going to the various bales and working back to the gateway. Because I've got to go uphill in a minute. You know, I better go uphill with 2 bales on rather than say 6 to pick 2 up, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, we'll go to the far end now. Let's do, I can see 5. I want 6 bales really. We'll have to go around. I don't want to drive on the roads, so we'll go around the outside of the field. It's just a bit longer drive, but it just saves driving on the roads. You know, we've paid someone to come and road this up. You want to keep them roads looking good and tidy, rather than driving across them and making a mess of them. Because the baler will bale it a lot easier. Well, it'll make better bales if they're not been run on. Right, so James was just there with the baler. I had a count up and I think there was 10 bales on the first time round. Now then, I think he's actually skidded there. Something's gone wrong. Oh, hang on, he's moving again. Something went wrong. It's very wet in that corner. But we've got bales on. Let's go up again now. But we have to have 4-wheel drive on. That's a 4-wheel drive switch on this tractor. So you see there on dash, 4-wheel drive lights on. That's because we're skidding. Now it is very, very wet, and these bales are very, very heavy. So we'll just have to be very careful with them. Oh, he's just stopped again there. I think he's probably going to throw a bale out. There he is. Right, so I've just stopped in the yard here before we go on out the field onto the main road, and just check the tyres are still up. We did check the tyres before we set off, but obviously when there's no weight on the trailer, it's a bit hard to tell, but they're all looking good. So these bales are very wet though, very damp stuff. It's not going to be out special, definitely not, but it'll feed summer We'll probably feed these to milk cows, but yeah, no special, but job's a good one so far. So before we go on to the road, just see James baling now, so I'll give you a bit of footage of that. There he is with the baler. So he's just reversing away from the wall there with the baler. That's because the baler's full and he's doing the back swap. So when he does the back swap, he'll drop the bale away from the wall, just because it makes life easier for me picking the bales up, because I find it very difficult to get up against the wall with the trail there. Well, there you go, he's baling again, he's dropped that one out, and he's away. Right, so we're just in the field now getting us second loader on. And we're at the top corner. We've got 3 bales on so far. So we got the first load back alright, that got back safe sound. And I think we've just got to be very careful, because these bales, there's a lot of weight in them. And this trailer is not really built to take the weight of these, so they're pushing a ton. And I can just hear the hydraulic pump whining on this tractor as it lifts the bale. That's because they're heavy. Yeah, it's really, it's struggling. If you go at it like a bull in a china shop and like rush to get the job done, you'll end up breaking something on this machine. You've got to remember, this machine's 28 years old. You could end up busting a bolt that's holding one of the arms on, bust the oil pipe, then that you delay you. I've watched 2 weather forecasts for today, and the reason why made some skids there. The reason why we've only done 15 acres rather than gone at it and done a lot was because one weather forecast says rain at 5 o'clock tonight, and then the other one says rain at dinner time, about 1 or 2 o'clock. So yeah, we don't want to be doing too much. We want to make sure that we can handle what we've got down. So at the minute, the sun's shining. It's lovely. What it does is set to change. But hopefully we get a few more dry days like this in a week or 2's time, and we can do the rest. There's going to be a big worry if it doesn't. You'd actually think that with the amount of rain we've had this year and last winter and all winter before that, there won't be much rain left up there. It's coming from somewhere. Oh, I want to back up a little bit on that. So I'm just backing up there because we're aiming to put the spike in the middle of the bale, if that makes sense. Well, you aim to do it all the time, but especially when I'm being wet, heavy bales, you want to try and get it bob on really. But I've now got to try and reverse it and get another bale. So I'm aiming for a bale that's over here, over that way. Very greasy on the fork, under the boots. But when we've got this grass off, we'll let the heifers in this field, and any bits we've missed and around the wall sides and that they can have. But yeah, we've loaded up now, so short journey now, about a mile home now. What it is roughly. But if the crop carries on like this, we'll easily get 80 bales off this field. Easy. We've had 60 so far. I'll have a count up how many bales already. Down there, we've got the field finished and baled. This is load 6 for me now, so that's 48 bales. I think we've definitely gone past the 80, but stay tuned to see if we have how many bales we've had altogether. got 111 bales. So that works out about bear with me 1 second. So that works out at 7.4 bales per acre. Now that is really good going for third cut. That is the best. That is actually the best third cut we've ever had. In fact, we've never had a third cut yield like that before. But even when I mowed it, I could tell there were a lot on it. But we've had a couple of teething problems. We've had a couple of bales like set explode everywhere. So that was because, well, I think it's just because it's wet grass and the bales, that much pressure in the grass, that much compacted into the bales, that it's caused them to explode. So that was never fun. So two have actually rebaled, but we got there in the end. But yeah, this is the second to last load. It's just gone milking time. My brother is and his girlfriend are doing offered to milk while I carry on. Very kind of them. But yeah, we're cracking on. The only problem I can tell, other problem we can say that we've had today is because it's a Saturday, it is really busy. So on the roads, mainly because of tourists, which is a bit annoying. Because personally, I've had abuse thrown at me today from other road users, even when I wasn't doing anything wrong. I just had a motorbike overtake me, give me 2 fingers. So I'm like, you know, and then when a motorbike come in the other direction, so I'm going in one direction, they were coming in the other, and they were over the white line on my side of the road. So I thought, wow, you know, you're a death wish if you wanted to do that. Play chicken with a tractor and a trailer, that's very brave of you. Other than that, I think just going alright. Back there's one of the other fields, the second cut to do, and then there's another, a third cut rather, and then there's another field below it, if you know what I mean. So that looks good grass that's in there, to be fair. Looks as good as this, so hopefully we get as good a yield. But the weather forecast is for rain, so yeah. So the weather forecast is still saying rain, even though. So I looked at two weather forecasts. One said rain at, I think it said 12 or 1 o'clock. Can't remember which, but it's now nearly 4 o'clock and it's not rained. So the other one said rain at 5. So we'll beat the rain, but it's just annoying how wet the forecast has been and all this rain we've had, because we'd like to crack on and do some more third cut, especially when there's a lot more rain in the forecast, which is quite worrying. I mean, we don't grow maize, but I imagine it's a bit early yet for maize. Maize is like a crop you'd be doing in October. I'm no expert on harvesting maize, but I imagine them lads with maize are going to really struggle this year, trying to get that off the fields. know, the weather's not playing ball, and then obviously cows stay, you know, it's dictated how dry it stays for the cows to stay out, so obviously the wetter it gets, cows have to come in. So yeah, that's rather annoying. But hey-oh, we'll take this load back now, and then we'll catch up when we got the last load on. Right, so that's it. We've got his last load here. Not sure if you can see that very well. There we go. So we've got his last load on now. Just shut the gate. But that is 15 acres of third cut done. We've just got another, what does that work out at? 65? I think that works out at 65 acres left, so hopefully with a bit more dry weather we can get the rest of it done, and hopefully it's as good as yielding as this was. But yeah, if you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like this,